Do you know why most people never succeed? Because the moment they fail, they stop trying. They think failure is the end. But I will tell you today, failure is never the end. Failure is the beginning of wisdom. Failure is the best teacher you will ever have. When I was young, I failed many times. I failed in school. I failed in university. I was rejected from so many jobs, even KFC rejected me. I applied for Harvard 10 times and got rejected 10 times. But every rejection, every failure taught me something. Failure teaches you what success never can. Success makes you proud, but failure makes you humble. Success gives you comfort, but failure gives you growth. Success can blind you, but failure opens your eyes. People often ask me, Jack, what is the secret of your success? I tell them, my success is built on my failure. Every time I failed, I learned. Every time I fell, I stood up stronger. Failure trained me, shaped me, and prepared me for the opportunities that later came. If you fear failure, you will never grow. If you avoid failure, you will never learn. If you quit after failure, you will never win. But if you embrace failure, study it, and rise from it, no one can stop you. When I was a boy, I wanted to work in a hotel as a waiter. I thought it was a simple job. I went there with confidence. But they told me, you are not good enough. I was rejected. Later, I applied for a police job. 5 people went for the interview. 4 were accepted. Only I was rejected. They said, you are not strong enough. And the most famous when KFC came to my seat, 24 people applied for jobs. 23 were accepted. Only I was rejected. Only I was rejected. Only me. At that time, I felt disappointed. But today, when I look back, I thank all those rejections. Because if KFC had hired me, maybe I would still be selling chicken today. I would never have built Alibaba. So listen carefully. Sometimes failure is not there to destroy you. Failure is there to redirect you. Failure is telling you, this is not your path. You are meant for something bigger. Young people come to me and say, Jack, I am scared to fail. What if people laugh at me? I tell them, people already laugh at you when you fail. Let them laugh, but one day they will clap. One day, the same people who doubt you will admire you. Success is about your mindset. When you fail, you have 2 choices. You can give up, or you can get up. If you give up, failure wins. If you get up, you win. I failed so many times that failure became my habit. And because I was not afraid anymore, I could take risks. I could dream big. You see, the biggest problem is not failure itself. The biggest problem is fear of failure. Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. In the early days of Alibaba, we had no money, no technology, no government support. Many people said, well, Jack, this will never work. You are wasting your time. Did you find a stable job instead of chasing impossible dreams? We tried many ideas, and most of them failed. We launched projects that nobody used. We made mistakes again and again. But every mistake gave us experience. Every failure gave us direction. And slowly we found the right way. Today, Alibaba is one of the biggest companies in the world. But don't look at the success. Look at the journey. That journey was built on failure after failure. So my friends, if you are young, don't waste your energy trying to avoid failure. Waste your energy trying to learn from failure. Because the one who fails the most learns the most. And the one who learns the most wins the most. Success is a poor teacher. Success makes you believe you are always right. Failure is the best teacher. Failure makes you realize where you are wrong and how you can improve. If you really want to be successful, build a good relationship with failure. Respect it. Listen to it. Learn from it. Let me tell you this final truth. Failure is painful, but regret is worse. If you fail, you can rise again. If you never try because you fear failure, you will spend your life asking, what if? So fail bravely. Fail forward. Fail again, but fail better. Because behind every failure, there is a lesson. And behind every lesson, there is a success waiting for you. That is why failure is and will always be the best teacher. When I was rejected from Harvard 10 times, people said, Jack, maybe you are not smart enough. But I never believed that. I believe rejection means there is another road for me. In life, rejection and failure are not proof you are weak. They are proof you are trying. The people who never fail are usually the ones who never try. When you fail, you discover 2 things. who you are and how strong you are. You see, success is easy to copy, but your failure is unique. And that unique failure will give you a unique strength. Many young people tell me, "Oh Jack, I want to be successful quickly." I tell them, a success that comes quickly also goes quickly. Success that is built on failure stays forever. Because failure gives you roots. Look at a tree. The stronger the storm, the deeper the roots grow. Your failures are the storms of your life. If you face them, your roots grow deeper. One day you will stand taller than anyone expected. Alibaba was built on thousands of mistakes. If we had been afraid of failure, Alibaba would not exist. What made us different was not money, not technology. It was the courage to fail again and again. Remember this, you don't need to win every battle. You just need to survive the battles long enough to win the war. Failure is simply training for that war. So don't be afraid when you fail. Be afraid when you stop learning. Failure is not dangerous. Quitting is dangerous. If I can rise from rejection after rejection, so can you. Don't waste your failures. Turn them into your teachers. That is how failure becomes your best partner on the road to success. When I started Alibaba, I told my team, we will fail many times. And some of them looked at me and said, "Jack, that's not a good way to motivate us." But I said, "Oh no, it is the truth. We will fail. We will fall. But if we learn from every failure, one day we will succeed." That's exactly what happened. In the beginning, almost everything went wrong. The website crashed. Customers didn't trust us. Investors laughed at us. But because we had already accepted that failure would be part of the journey, we were not afraid. Every failure became training. Many people look at successful companies and think they never fail. That is not true. The difference is that successful people use failure as fuel, while others use failure as an excuse to stop. When I was rejected by KFC, I felt ashamed. But later I realized, if I had been accepted, my life would have been very small. That rejection pushed me to dream bigger. That rejection was not a curse, it was a gift. So when life rejects you, don't complain. Don't feel unlucky. Say thank you. Because maybe life is pushing you towards something much bigger. I always tell young people, if you want to succeed in 10 years, you must prepare to fail for 10 years. If you want quick success, you will give up after the first failure. But if you understand failure is part of the price you must pay, you will keep going. Look at the bamboo tree. For the first 5 years, nothing grows above the ground. You water it, you take care of it, but nothing happens. Then suddenly, in the 6th year, it grows more than 20 meters. That is what failure is like. For years, you may see nothing. You keep trying, you keep failing. People laugh, people doubt. But one day, all that failure will explode into success. The world changes very fast. Technology changes, markets change. The only thing that will never change is the value of learning. And failure is the fastest way to learn. If you only chase success, you may not learn. But if you face failure, you must learn. The reason failure is the best teacher is simple. It doesn't lie. Failure tells you the truth. Failure shows you where you are weak. Failure forces you to improve. And if you improve every time you fail, one day, nobody can stop you. When people say, "Jack, you are successful because you are smart," I laugh. I am not the smartest person. I failed in school many times. I could not even find a job. But I learned how to use failure. That is my secret. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the strongest. You just need to be the one who refuses to give up after failure. So my message to you is this. Don't hide from failure. Don't fear failure. Don't hate failure. Welcome it. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let failure shape you into the person who is ready for success. Because one day, when you stand on your stage, when you achieve your dream, you will look back and realize every failure was building you for this moment. That is why I say again, failure is the best teacher. When I was building Alibaba, we faced more failures than successes. Sometimes investors walked out of meetings. Sometimes customers refused to trust us. Sometimes even my own team doubted me. But I told them, don't worry, this is normal, this is part of the journey. I always believed, if you survive the failure, success will come. The problem is not failure. The problem is giving up too early. Many people stop after 2 or 3 failures. They say, oh, maybe this is not for me. But what if success was waiting on the 4th attempt? What if success was waiting on the 10th attempt? You will never know if you stop. Look at me. I was rejected from 30 jobs. I failed in university. I failed in exams. I failed in interviews. If I had stopped, there would be no Alibaba, no Jack Ma standing here today. So I am not successful because I avoided failure. I am successful because I refused to quit after failure. And I want you to remember this. Success is not built in one day. It is built day by day, failure by failure, lesson by lesson. Now let me leave you with this thought. One day when people look at you, they will see your achievements. They will see your success. But only you will know the truth, that your real teacher was failure. So don't run from it. Don't fight it. Learn from it. Respect it. Thank it. Because failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is the foundation of success. And the next time you fall, the next time you are rejected, the next time people say a no to you, smile. Tell yourself, this is my dream. This is my training. This is my path to success. That, my friends, is why failure will always be your best teacher.